What's going on, everybody? Hey, TFP in the building. Let go. What is going on? What a day. Oh my gosh. So much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to start. I mean, in memory, maybe of all time. Maybe of all time. What's up, buddy? Let's go. Let's get the chap hype. Let's go. I mean, today was a historic day for the Miami Dolphins. Greer playing Madden. I'm telling you, dude. Oh, Chris Greer, we got a game for you. We got a game for you to play. It's called Madden. He's like, oh, cool, yeah. You get to just like play around with fake money and stuff. They're like, yeah, go for it, buddy. Dude went ham. You guys ever seen Ender's Game? Because if you have, that made perfect sense. This is crazy, dude. I don't even know where to start. I gotta turn this music off. It's distracting me. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna I might hop into some a panel in a little bit, Miami Dolphins panel. Talk with some of the guys. I know Miami Sports Fanatic show. Oh, there's a lot of lag. That's weird. Is the lag like between my voice and in the video, or? Very strange. The book was fucked? What do you mean? I'm just getting kind of set up as people walk in. But yeah, guys, like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling today after Tyreek Hill is a Miami Dolphin? What? Hold on one second. Where are you watching? Because I just checked it on YouTube and it looks okay. Are you watching on Twitch? Meanwhile, the Heat struggling to land jumpers. Look, the Heat are going to be just fine. I promise. The Heat are getting in postseason form. They're saving their best because they know you're watching on Twitch. Let me pull it up on Twitch on my side and see. Nick, where are you watching? Are you watching on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook? Oh, you're on Twitch too. Oh, it's good now? Okay. So maybe it was just you. I'm just teasing. You had to refresh. Okay, yeah. No problem, dude. So, yeah, my gosh, dude, like, I'm speechless. I was on the Miami Sports Music Clock Blockers with Stephen D when the news broke. And my God, that it was crazy because at first we just saw, I'm not worried, just annoying. Absolutely. Yeah, it is what it is. The Heat are going to be just fine. But yeah, so I was on Clock Blockers when the news broke, and initially we were like, we got it kind of trickled in slowly. It was like, oh, you know, Tyreek Hill and the Chiefs are not able to get a deal done, and they're letting him seek a trade. And that was Adam Schefter. And then about 5 to 10 minutes later, and then we started talking about that a little bit, right? It was like, oh, and I know we talked last night. Literally, we talked last night about, the potential of Tyreek Hill getting traded to Miami, and that had been a rumor that was going around. And we talked about that a little bit, and some of the guys were like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to hear it." We always talk about when somebody becomes available. That Miami's always going for everybody, yada yada yada. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, "Oh, Miami and the Jets are involved," and I was like, "What?" So it wasn't rumors. It wasn't fake. It was legit. I mean, we were legitimately involved. So then it switched to, oh wow. So okay, we're actually interested in getting Tyreek Hill. This could happen. Like, it's a possibility. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh no, it's not the Miami and the Jets are involved. They're the finalists. What? What do you mean, the finalist? And slowly but surely, it started to trickle in, and I don't recall who first spoke it into existence. Stephen D over at Clockblockers was the one who he mentioned it on Twitter, and I forgot who it was that said it, but it broke, and then a few minutes after that, Adam Schefter, tweeted it, and that was it. The rest is history. And my God, guys, it's insane. The fact that they pulled this off, it was so quick. It was. And there's so many emotions, like this never happens. This isn't Miami. Doesn't do this stuff. Miami doesn't re-sign their good players. Did you ever think Tyreek Hill was going to choose the Jets? No, I didn't think he would ever choose the Jets. But I never thought that Deshaun Watson would play in Cleveland, right? Like, who thought Deshaun Watson would choose Cleveland over Atlanta? So I always think those things, but I never let it kind of enter into my existence. I don't even know how I would say it, but I don't even let it bother me. In addition, it didn't happen as fast as it seems. They have been working on this for a few weeks. 100%. This is something that had been in works for a while, and that's why there was already rumblings and rumors, and we heard these things, and it was quick because it was quick in how we heard like official reports that it was happening. But man, it happened. It's crazy. And the craziest thing of it all is like what we had to give up. We ended up giving 5 draft picks, but realistically it's like a first, a second, and then a bunch of garbage draft picks. Okay. Chris Greer's really hit and miss in the draft. He had a great draft last year, but he's had some really crappy drafts too, and I'd rather have Tyreek Hill than some question marks. Massive deal. I'm gonna pull up my screen here. This was the biggest. Where is it? What happened? Hang with me, folks. Oh, that's okay. Hold on. Don't leave me. Yeah, Twitter. What's the problem? I think if you go back to all the Miami signings this year, they all have one thing in common. Drew Rosenhaus. Drew Rosenhaus is a Miami legend. He's a give him a spot in the Ring of Honor. He's done more for Miami than anybody else. Ross, just make it happen. What is the deal here? Why can't I not get my web browser to show? Hold please. So we'll just keep talking. We're just going to keep vibing. Yeah, the fact that we had to give up very little to make it happen on top of it all is mind-blowing. We didn't give anything up that we weren't really prepared to. Okay, I got it. So I tweeted this in it earlier today. The biggest like craziness of this is that he's a man of the people, 100%. Drew Rosenhaus is a Miami legend. They need to name a street after Drew Rosenhaus in Miami. Just saying. The craziest part of this trade was that this trade was made possible by This trade brought to you by Laramie Tunsil, the gift that keeps on giving. Holy shit. Boys. Laramie Tunsil, in 2019, the trade turns into Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Javon Holland, Solomon Kinley, Noah we don't know. And the 49ers 2023 first round pick. And I believe we have a second round pick next year too from that trade that we did with the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. And none of this happens if that video of Tunsil hitting the bong doesn't leak the day of the draft. None of this happens. Like, this is some, like, I put another tweet out earlier today too about how I can't wait for the 30 for 30 about this Laramie Tunsil trade, how it went down, because the ripple effect of this trade is gonna be felt in this team for years. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. There's no other words to describe it. It's crazy. It's insane. There's like what am I doing here? Where did it go? And then Teron Armstead yesterday. Are you kidding me? So this offseason, we've franchised Gesicki. We re-signed Ogba. We got Chase Edmonds. We got Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill. We got the guard from Dallas. I forget his first name. And then we get the wide receiver from the 49ers. And then Mostert. What's happening? This is the craziest offseason ever. I mean, I thought that the Teron Armstead signing was going to be like the best signing of all time, right? I was for sure like this signing was top offseason move in Miami Dolphins history, maybe. Easily top 5. And then they'd go and do this today. And I don't think they're done. I don't know if you guys realize, but Tyreek Hill is only going to count against $8 million against the cap this year. And we don't have any draft picks. We don't have to save cap space for draft picks. So we were thinking, $15 million of our cap would have to be reserved for the draft. No, it ain't. Because we just traded our draft picks for this year, basically. We have like a 4th round pick, I think, and a 7th round pick. We have a bunch of trash draft picks. We don't need $15 million in the cap for draft. So, and Tyreek Hill only counts $8 million against the cap. I'm telling you, Miami's gonna go out and they're gonna get a center. They're gonna go get a guy like Treader, or what's his name? I have a headache. Let me pull up Spotrac. They're gonna go out and get a guy. There's not a lot of others outside of Treader. There's really not a lot of great centers that are still available. Paredes, I like Paredes, but he's 32 and he's coming off of surgery. Excuse me, guys. Super backloaded. Absolutely. Well, remember, like we didn't give him a new contract. We just extended his existing contract 3 years. So it's going to be spread out a little bit into this year, but mostly over the next 3 years, which is fine because Tua's going to be due for a new contract in the third year of of Tyreek's contract. And Waddle will be due the year after. But again, if we even keep Tua past this year, we'll see. Waddle will be due to get paid the year after Tyreek's contract is up. So the way that these deals have been structured is incredible. You have to give Chris Greer his props for what he's been able to do and how he's been able to structure these deals, because I don't know that nobody else has been able to make stuff like this happen, except for teams like the Buccaneers, right? Teams that have a Tom Brady, that they're like teams that are guaranteed to be Super Bowl contenders. Yeah, then guys just take less money to go play elsewhere, or to play with you, right? We saw Fournette. Fournette probably could have gotten way more money in free agency, but he didn't. He chose to stay with the Bucs because he knows that when Tom Brady's behind center, they can win. They can win it all. But we don't really have that. Like, we have a faith in Tua, right? We have hope in Tua, but do we really know if Tua can take us to the promised land? No, and I don't know that players realize that. But for whatever reason, they want to come here because Tyreek Hill very well could have chosen New York. Apparently, New York's deal was equivalent to ours, right? They were willing to pay him as much, and they were willing to trade as much. So they left the decision in his hands. And obviously, he chose Miami. And you could say, okay, maybe he chose Miami because he has a home here. Maybe he chose Miami because this is where he's from. Hey, Fons Fins, thanks for following. What a big day, dude. However you look at it, however you slice it, this is a historic day in this franchise. The Teron Armstead signing was absolutely massive, but this is on another level. This is a multi-Pro Bowl wide receiver, maybe one of the best wide receivers, maybe one of the best football players in the NFL. Not even just wide receivers, right? Tyreek Hill is a transcendent, once in a decade player. You don't see these types of players that move around. They stay with their team until they get to the end of their careers, right? You look at guys like JJ Watt, right? He stayed with the Texans as long as he could. And then he said, well, I'm old. I got a lot of injury concerns, so let me go play with another team that can maybe win. So then he goes to Arizona. You see guys do that at the end of their career, but Tyreek Hill's 28. The dude's he's maybe approaching the end of his prime, but he's by no means a descending player. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. It's huge. Last time we seen wideout this decent was Megatron. Probably, but for different reasons, right? Megatron was just a big, massive wide receiver. Tyreek Hill is, I would equate Tyreek Hill closer to like I get what you mean though, like just as far as like their impact on the game and how good they are, right? But still, it's insane. And the way that they're able to structure the contract, I don't know if, let's see if they have it on Spotrac yet. Miami. Let's see if they have it here. I don't know if it'll show here. So we have Teron Armstead's contract here already. So that's interesting. Okay, yeah, Tyreek Hill's not going to show here, but maybe they'll show it in the teams. Either way, this is big, guys. This is bigger than the Devontae Adams trade and trade and sign. This is Devontae Adams is great, but Tyreek Hill is kind of, I think, unanimously considered a better wide receiver. Yeah, here's the deal. So his base salary this year is $1 million. $5 million signed. So they spread his signing bonus over the 4 years, which obviously that's usually the case. So what's his cap next year hit? His cap hit next year is $31 million. That's pretty bonkers. But we have tons, like we had tons and tons of cap space available for next year too. That's the thing. We're totally fine cap wise. And it's not to say that they couldn't tweak it anyway, because look at New Orleans. If you ever wanted an example of how the cap means nothing, look at how New Orleans trimmed like $70 million from their cap without cutting a single guy. It's nuts. So cap, I'm not even worried about cap. We talk about it way too much as fans. It means nothing to these guys because they have, the world's greatest mathematicians and legal experts and accountants that probably sit here and crunch numbers all day long. He's the highest paid wide receiver now in the league. Yeah, he was already like the second highest paid wide receiver. I mean, before they gave what's his name, the Devontae Adams. The cap is a myth, 100%. The cap means nothing. May as well be baseball. Look what the Bucks have done. Have you guys seen that team? That team is stacked. Excuse me. Is this in alphabetical order? Yeah, it is. What am I doing? Look at this team, dude. Mike Evans, Tom Brady, obviously. Chris Godwin. Man, I'm so mad. I'm so mad we missed out on Tristan Wirfs. But okay, whatever. I'm not gonna. Vita Vey, Leonard Fournette. This is a team of future Hall of Famers. Vita Vey is gonna be a Hall of Famer. I promise. Leonard Fournette, maybe, if he has another really, really good year, and if he has a great showing in the playoffs, he absolutely could be a Hall of Famer because the year that they won the Super Bowl, he was incredible. They're talking about Gronkowski coming back. He basically says he wants to come back. If Tom's back, he's back. But the numbers don't matter. Look, Tom Brady's cap hit 20 mil. Mike Evans, 10 mil. They're paying Mike Evans $10 million. How much are they paying Shaq Mason? $7 million. These guys would never play for this little money anywhere else. Chris Godwin's cap hit is $5 million. The cap is a myth. It's an absolute myth. Leonard Fournette is getting paid. The cap hit is $3 million on Leonard Fournette. But look at the dead cap, right? They literally can't cut any of these guys. They can't trade anything. Like whatever team they go in with, that's their team, because if they cut guys, they're screwed. But the way that they manipulate the cap, they do it in a way that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. So let's see. I'm gonna see. The Finns tailgate's on. Yeah, they're not talking. They don't have a panel going. I was going to see if we could hop in a panel and talk with some of the guys. But yeah, if you want, I can open up the Discord and we can talk in Discord if you guys are down for that. We can get your guys' opinion and see how you're feeling. Because I'm feeling good, dude. This is such a massive day. Chris on the Finns tailgates just saying that the source that they had that basically kind of hinted to them about the Tyreek Hill thing about a week or two ago is also telling him that they're not done, and we're seeing that by other people too that have said that the Dolphins aren't done. They still have moves to make. Yeah, I'm getting this. This tweet has gone crazy. It has almost 800 likes. Anyway. All right. Give me a second to get kind of set up for some Discord. For a Discord. I need to close some of this stuff out. Let's see. You know, I didn't really even write in the other places that I usually write in to let people know where we're at. I don't even know what to say. I've been speechless all day long. I've been absolutely speechless because the Miami Dolphins have never done anything like this before, guys. They just never have. We've been and I've called us this before. We've been a poverty franchise for forever, for the last 20 plus years. But this is the first time that I've seen the Miami Dolphins make a statement. You know, they've basically said, we're playing to win this year. We're not playing for second place. We're not playing for last in the division. We're playing to win in a stacked AFC. And I think they saw how crazy the AFC is. And they realized, like, we got to do something to compete because there ain't no way with all these other quarterbacks that are in the AFC now. Russell Wilson just hopped over. Matty Ice just hopped over. It's crazy. Yeah, Ricky Williams was probably the last big time trade Miami has ever made. You could maybe argue the Brandon Marshall trade, but I mean, that was a Brandon Marshall that was kind of at the end of his career. So, can you really say that was, you know, that was worth talking about? I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to get Discord. Get the Discord. No, I don't want to capture the entire screen. I just want to capture Discord. There we go. All right. So if you're here, by the way, and you're not in the Discord, there should be a link below the video. But I'll throw it in the chat, in the Twitch chat. Because this is where we'll be if you want to come talk on stream. This is where we can chat about stuff. Why is it showing like a screen like that? Weird. It's being weird, guys. Forgive me. Eye emojis. What happened? Did something new happen? Something else happen? Don't tell me something else happened. Listen, guys, if you want to hop in the Discord, in the general chat in Discord, and come on and chat, it's open. I'm curious if... Let me hop on the mic. Hop on the mic, bro. Are you in the Discord? Let me pull it up on my tablet here. separately. While I grade. Nah, drop the link. All right. Listen, speaking of grades, always support our teachers, dude. My boy in chat. Gotta support the teachers, dude. Always, bro. Always. I know that teacher life. No, I'm pulling up now. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. Server settings. Copy. Where's the invite? Oh, there it is. All right, guys. Incoming. It's going to be in the Twitch. Yeah, you have to support teachers, dude, because especially, not every state's the same. I know I'm in Georgia, and it's much better than when I was in Florida, but everywhere it's a little different. And man, they teachers are not getting treated right almost unanimously. So if you like me, I got 2 kids. I do whatever I can to support their teachers because they don't get nothing, dude. They don't get pencils, they don't get paper, they don't I had one of my kids' teachers sending out a message on the class dojo, hey, can somebody get printer paper because they haven't bought us new print. Are you kidding me? You can't get my kid printer paper? Like, not the teacher, the school can't provide printer paper for my kid? Come on. So I went out and I got printer paper, man, because if you don't invest in the teachers can't invest in your kids, and it's important. Anyways, the link's in there. If you join it, okay, I gotta approve you guys. Verified. So now you'll have access. Verified. And then I'm in the general chat. It's the voice chat there. So feel free to hop in it. So I want to hear what you guys think. It's been a crazy couple days, right? It's been a little over 24 hours since we signed Teron Armstead. Hype, dude. That's all I can say. Hype. And then, by the way, the general voice chat should be open to everybody, so you don't need anything special. Let me see. And then I'm also gonna check. We out here. You guys having any issues getting in the voice chat? I need some water. I need some milk. All right, give me a sec here. Did I? Oh, I gotta approve. Okay, he's already approved. No rules? Verified. I thought I verified. Okay. What's up? All right, hold on. Let me get you going. You might have to, if you have the stream on, you might gotta mute it, cause now it's live on the stream. What's going on, bro?
Nah, I got you. Chilling, feeling good.
It's crazy, dude.
Feeling happy about the Dolphins' moves.
It's nuts. I mean,
bro, you're not kidding.
I never expected this. I never expected that we would actually go out and get somebody like this. Not in a million. I never thought we would get Teron Armstead, to be honest. I thought they were going to let him walk out the building.
Dude, with how long the negotiations were taking, I fully expected them to be like, well, Teron Armstead is now signing with whoever the fuck else was in the talkings. Like, because he was there for like a whole day.
He was there for almost 3 days. I mean, like maybe cumulatively, maybe not, but he was there for a while, dude. I mean, and what I think it was is I think he wanted to be in Miami. Miami wanted him, but he wanted
Yep.
more years and he
Mhm.
wanted more money. And Miami was willing to give him one or the other. So it was probably them going back and forth and negotiating. And obviously, when you're going to visit Miami, they're going to take you around and treat you out and show you all the nice places and the nice things. But I think it really came down to like
Mhm.
the negotiation side of him probably wanting to get. Well, the talk was that he was going to get 4 years, 25 mil a year. Which I was like, my God, if they give this guy 25 mil a year, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
bad. But I mean, it was
No,
it was way
no,
better. It was over
no.
5 years, but it was way better.
I mean, I'll take that AAV over 25 mil. 15 mil a year is not bad.
Oh yeah, and to be honest, the base or the guaranteed money is only like 8.5 mil a year. So like, let's say he's
Really?
out. Yeah, well, because it's so the guaranteed is like I can pull it up here. The guaranteed is very little. Well, not very little. It's like 40 mil. It's over half, but 40 mil over 5 years, it comes out to like eight and change. And that's just the fully guaranteed. So on top of that, right, you have like the bonus money, but there's ways that can you can kind of lose that. Like if he's has any injuries like that keep him out maybe for the year or something. So there's lots of protections in there to keep Miami from making ending up with egg on their face, so to speak. And then the rest of the money, there's another like 20 mil or so, 10 to 20 mil in incentives, which is probably like on playing time, right? If he if he plays maybe all 17 games, there's probably a special incentive in there for that. And or if maybe he plays 10 games or if he plays 12 games. So they structured the contract, and that's one thing Greer's done really well. They structuring contracts really, really team friendly. Thank you, Drew Rosenhaus, because he's the agent for most of these guys.
Bro, a lot of our team friendly deals as far as contracts go have come from Drew Rosenhaus players.
Yeah, it's
Like that's something that whatever it is, he plays well with our front office.
100%. Well, he's a Miami guy. I think he lives in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
He can have a house in Coral Gables. He probably has a house in like fucking Miramar or something like that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, but Drew Rosenhaus has been working with the Dolphins. Well, not working with, but we've been making deals with Rosenhaus for a long time. So I mean, it was just a matter of time before we landed somebody big. But man, it's Tyreek Hill, dude. I can't wait to play Madden next year. It's gonna be
Bro,
incredible.
it's I'm already getting all kinds of hate from like Chiefs fans, and it's just making me laugh. Like for the first time ever, because for whatever reason, I got really upset when Steelers fans talk shit about the Mike Wallace trade, which in retrospect was not great. But
Sure.
Tyreek Hill in the moment is not Mike Wallace back when we got
Not even close. Not even close.
him. No, like even when Mike Wallace was in his prime, even when Brandon Marshall was in his prime, not even when we got them as free agents, but like this is bro, they are so salty and they can say all the shit they want about Tua. I'm still just gonna smile and be like, that's nice.
Okay, we got your boy. We got your boy here.
Yeah, basically, we have a top five wide receiver. I don't care how many
Yeah,
draft picks we got rid of. I don't care how much shit you talk about Tua. I'm still just gonna smile and nod.
we got your
Mhm.
boy, and you got Juju, who's filming TikToks on the side of the field with Patrick Mahomes' brother. That's who they got.
Jesus.
That's who they got. I don't care. Like, let them come. I'll come. I'll come back with the smoke just as fast, bro. Just as fast because the Chiefs. And if we're being really fair, right? There were reports that the Chiefs were willing to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the league, and he still chose to leave. So I don't think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I don't think it was just that he wasn't getting paid what he felt he wanted to get paid. I think he just wanted to leave, and then on top of everything, he chose Miami over the Jets. Yeah, which to me, okay, is kind
Did
of a
you?
no-brainer.
Well, yeah. When I was actually telling my roommate Linton about that. You remember Linton?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Linton about that. I was like, when Schefter was like, it's down to the Jets or the Dolphins. Linton was like, yeah, we already knew where that was gonna go.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what everybody was saying. Like, who's gonna want to play in a stadium? I saw a tweet earlier. It was like, would you rather play in a stadium that you share with another NFL team in shitty weather and really crazy high cost of living, or would you rather go play in Miami where there's beaches and beautiful women and no income tax and you're playing in a beautiful stadium? And it's like, yeah, we already know where this is ending up. It was
Oh,
no brainer.
and don't forget, he lives down here.
Yeah, he just built a house here.
Like what he just tweeted like 5 hours ago, going back home, and I'm like, yeah, okay. It was
Yeah,
pretty obvious where the fuck he was gonna go.
yeah. We knew
So
what was happening.
hey, I'm overjoyed. Honestly, I have not been this ecstatic about a transaction that the Dolphins have made in probably since Ricky.
That's the biggest trade that I can remember off the top of my head.
Probably since Ricky.
Because we were
When we
saying
got
when we traded
Ricky,
for Brandon Marshall, that was the biggest trade since Ricky.
yeah, and even then, looking back at Brandon Marshall, like there was still some doubts.
Sure.
Like
Well, he was
the whole
having problems there.
situation.
Like, it was messy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Tyreek obviously has his off the field issues, but when it comes to like how he gels with the rest of the team, I I want to piggyback on what you were saying earlier because you were like, it seems like he just wanted to leave, and this is just me spitballing, but
No,
the
go for it.
offense wasn't clicking. The offense wasn't like clicking quite the same this year,
100%.
and I definitely noticed that there was more frustration on a lot of different offensive players. Like I saw Tyreek put his hands up this year more than the last like 3 years combined.
Yeah, the Chiefs were not running on all cylinders like they normally are, right? They I don't know what it was. Patrick Mahomes looked fine. He had a couple off days, but let's be honest. I think teams kind of started to figure out how to stop that type of an offense because what everybody started doing was just going
Mhm.
too high safety and just saying, okay,
Yep,
throw it.
yep,
And now in
yep.
Miami, not only are we going to have a dynamic passing game, but we're going to have a really, really dynamic run game too. It's going to force teams, they're not going to be able to put too high safety on us. They're not going to be able to play that against us because you're going to have to respect our run game with that
Yeah,
zone
you're
blocking
gonna
run game.
need.
You have to respect it. You
Yeah,
have to keep a safety in the box. Um, and we know, I mean, Tua's kind of a first read guy, so we're gonna throw short
right.
anyway, but we're always gonna be a threat to go deep. And a lot of people say, well, Tua can't really throw it. Tua can throw the ball just fine. I think last
Yeah.
year Tua
Like,
struggled a little
like,
bit because of injuries, but he can throw the ball just fine.
bro, do you remember how many times Jakeem Grant dropped the ball like a 50-yard bomb before he got traded? Like at least twice.
At least
Like the kid can sling it. He can. He's not
100%.
always gonna sling it accurately deep, but fuck it, the kid can sling it.
Yeah. Well, I found like honestly when he's throwing deep, accuracy is an issue. It's kind of where Tua struggles is like the middle of the field, the intermediate, like the
Hmm.
the 10 or 15 to 20 yard or 10 to 20 yard passes, that's where things get a
Yeah,
little bit weird. And I think a lot of it had to do the last year with his rib injury. Um, I talked to a
for
guy
sure.
who had a similar injury, like broken ribs, um, and he was dealing with the pain from that for years
Yep.
after, dude. Like,
Yep.
uh, it's not like an instant thing. It may be healed, sure, but it's the pain is there. So we'll see. I'm hoping now he'll be able to throw the deep ball with the protection he has. 100%. I think a lot of Tua's problems are mental. I don't think it's that he can't read
Mhm.
defenses or that he can't find guys open. I think a lot of his issues are that he was terrified to sit for more than a couple seconds behind that offensive line. And once his first read was gone and he had to go to the second and third, he was just trying to get the ball out as fast as possible. Fonsfins, by the way, I approved you in the Discord if you want to hop in too, and chop it up with us. Um, but yeah, dude,
A
it's crazy. Let me just double check. Yeah,
couple of inches chopping it up.
yeah, chopping it up, dude. Yeah, so this is the first time. Well, so the last stream I did was the first time that I had somebody else on. But I typically I'll go on some other like Dolphins YouTubers channels, and I've done a lot of panels over there with a bunch of the guys. And but now I'm
Mhm.
trying to do that here on Twitch. You tried? I approve. So you might have to go back again because initially when you join the Discord, I have to approve you. How do you find? So if you go into the Discord, you should be able to see all the channels on the left hand side, and towards the bottom there's a channel called General Chat, and if you click in there, that's a voice chat. So you should be able to to automatically join that. You just click on the General Chat and should just drop you right in.
Honestly, throughout this whole endeavor, I can only think of all of the defensive Dolphins players who were like hyping up this transaction because you know that several times a game, not just several times last season, but several times a game, they were looking at the offense going, bro, come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
can y'all please score?
Yeah, you
Like
you've
they
got to
still
when you get the ball back, you've got to do something with it. And we had a terrible offense. Let's be frank.
it's so frustrating. Like I know
Yeah,
if I was on that defensive side and I kept seeing them just turn the fucking ball over, I would just at a certain point late in the season, it would just I don't think I would ever say anything, but it would definitely be wearing down on me to just be like, what else can we do?
yeah, exactly. It's
Like,
got to be
what do
hard
I
as a
gotta
defense. It's a demoralizing.
do?
Um,
Yeah.
they were not blameless the first half of the season, though. Let's be honest about that.
Oh,
That defense was trash. The first half of the season.
uh, I mistakenly paid for it in fantasy because I dropped them in a bunch of my fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I do. Nobody would have blamed you.
Well,
And I have a
yeah,
I have a
no, no,
conspiracy. I don't know if you've heard it, but um, I think that Josh Boyer, the defensive coordinator, I think he was throwing games the first half of the season.
yeah, yeah. I've heard that because of Ross telling him to.
Yeah, and I think
Mhm.
I think he did it because he wanted to get rid of Brian Flores, and
Mhm.
and and that was his way to basically do it. And then the reason I believe that too is because once we hit the Ravens game, what happened, right? The defense totally changed.
So
But the other things that happened around
immediate.
that was Brian Flores then put Gerald Alexander up in the booth, the defensive backs coach, who Gerald Alexander's a Brian Flores guy. That's his boy. So he put him up there, I think, to kind of keep tabs on things to make sure Boyer wasn't doing anything stupid. And then that was around the time, too, that they reported Brian Flores kind of stopped talking to coaches.
Yep. That
Again,
was
that was
around
around
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
right?
Yep. And that
Yep.
Ravens game was November 11th, dude. I'm
Yep.
telling you. And you know who's still in the building to this day? Josh Boyer. And you know who's not?
Uh,
You know who's not? Gerald Alexander is not. And
nope.
Brian Flores is not. But Josh Boyer is still here.
Dude, that was when I heard those stories, obviously there was a smear campaign element to it, but you could tell, dude. Like these leaks are not the kind of leaks that you get from like journalists. These leaks are the kind of leaks you get from staff members.
Yeah, you're right.
Like this is the kind of stuff that you only hear if like the DB coach leaks it to like an agent or a friend, or the linebackers coach or the wide receivers coach. Like this is way too deep inside. Like there's no way anybody's saying this stuff to the journalists.
100%. It's almost guaranteed that a lot of the stuff that's came out happened. Um,
Yeah.
like it's all way too convenient to not have been the case. Um, so Fonsfins, are you still having difficulty getting in? I know not a lot of people are like super familiar with Discord, but I might use a different tool moving forward. I just find that Discord's kind of nice because we can. There's some other chat rooms in here that we can keep some conversation going on outside of streams and build a little community or something. Build something cool. But oh man, so what do you think's next? What do you want to see Miami do next? Excuse me, goodness.
Honestly, as far as moves, if the rumor that this Lanier kid put out on Twitter is accurate, then the Dolphins are gearing up for one final move.
Uh huh.
And if I want them to focus on, let's say I got to pick two positions that I want them to look at, I'd say either right tackle or a linebacker. 100%.
What about center? Oh, hold on, Nick. Let me see if I can help this guy Fonsfin. All right, look, I'm going to show you more of Discord here. Are you on Discord on your phone or? So you see there should be these channels over here on the side. If you're in Discord, and the general chat is right down here. If you click in there, it'll add you to this voice call. You just got to click on general chat here once you're in. And there should be some more links on the side. You have to make sure you're in the Drubatron Discord. So, anyway. Yeah, so what do you think? Because there's a lot of talk, too, about Miami going after J.C. Treader, the center. I wouldn't hate having a center.
I would love for it, honestly. I just either or, really. Center,
Yeah.
right guard, or right tackle. Like
One more
honestly,
guy.
that those yeah, just one more. Like some of the best offensive lines. This is what people don't really understand about this whole concept of like the lines, whether it's defensive line or offensive line. Some of the best lines in NFL history have only been like 60% elite players. You don't need everyone to be elite.
Yeah.
So even if we get just one more competent lineman, man, that would really push us over the light. If we can make it happen this offseason to completely transform a historically bad offensive line per all the ratings, the Pro Football Focus loved dunking on our O-line all season.
It's easy to. I mean, go on.
I mean, yeah, it's
not
not
hard
at all. No. So, like, if we can get just one more person on the O-line, like Tua is gonna be tossing dimes to Tyreek and Waddle all fucking season, and it's gonna be glorious. But that's the thing; it's hard to find O-linemen. Nobody wants to let go.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It's when you have that guy, right? Like the Texans, even though they're thinking about potentially, getting, which I can't believe they're considering letting go of Laramie Tunsil, but you know, when you have a guy like that, they don't move. That's why the Laramie Tunsil trade was such a big deal at the time. Um, because when you have a guy like that, a talent like that, you don't get rid of them. You keep them around because they're a dime a dozen, or well, not a dime a dozen. That's the wrong phrase, but you get what I mean. They're a competent, above average offensive lineman is not easy to come by, and and sometimes you get lucky in the draft, and sometimes you get Austin Jackson.
And sometimes some kid has a video leaked of him smoking some ganja out of a,
I
gas
can't.
mask.
It's so crazy to me to think that all of this happened because Laramie Tunsil, this poor guy, had that video leaked of him the night of the draft. I remember
His dad,
that day like it was yesterday, and
dude.
I was watching that draft thinking like, oh my, are we gonna get Tunsil?
Yep,
Are
yep.
we gonna get Tunsil? Was supposed to go.
Bro, and he kept dropping.
He was supposed to go
Like
top three. He was supposed to. They were talking about him going number 1 that year. Who went number 1 in 2016?
Yeah. A wide receiver, I want to say. Yeah, let me look. You said 2016?
Jared Goff went 1, Carson Wentz went 2. Then Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott went 4. Yeah, I remember, dude. He was supposed to go top 3. And he fell.
That was when Ole Miss had like that was when Ole Miss had that killer offense because that O-line was so dynamic. And you know who else was on that offense?
Who?
DK Metcalf.
Wow, name dropping. That's crazy.
I want to say DK Metcalf was like a freshman that year.
That's nuts. If that's the case, that's crazy.
I want to say, hold up, let me pull up DK
Metcalf. This is a pretty stacked draft. I mean, aside from Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Ramsey, Ronnie Stanley, DeForest Buckner. Is DeForest Buckner still any good? I feel like he is. I don't know.
He's a good depth piece at this point.
Jack Conklin, okay, no. Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd's pretty good still. Eli Apple.
Dog, I was right. Metcalf was a freshman in 2016.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
That offense was crazy.
That's
crazy. That offense was nuts. I remember that year in college football because that was the first year I was on Reddit. So I experienced the insanity that was like the CFB subreddit. That was the year I got like soft banned like 3 times from the CFB Reddit. I already have like a bunch of tricks against me. I don't go there anymore because I just end up cussing out like Gator fans. You know how I am.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't bother going up in there. That place is crazy.
It's too much, bro.
I'm a lurker on Reddit. I don't post. I don't reply on Reddit because Reddit's a whole different. I mean, I'm on Twitter pretty regularly, and Twitter's Twitter's pretty toxic. But I don't know Reddit, dude. Some Reddit can get pretty heated.
It's echo chambers every single time.
100%. Well, and then the other thing you have like the mods that like the power hungry Reddit mod, right?
You're talking about the NFL sub, right?
Every sub, dude. Every subreddit has got them. You know, these just power hungry. What do you call them? These power hungry incels. It's crazy, dude.
You can tell it's like these kids in like their early 20s.
Oh yeah.
Who are just wiling out on power, just power tripping so hard, and you're like
100%.
Please stop. Like,
can we take a break?
Stop.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, like at this point, like I know so many people that have kids and have like big boy and big girl jobs to where like I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not overreacting here. You're just fucking power.
Yeah, dude. Facebook is another place. I was on Facebook today, like hyping up the Tyreek Hill trade, And there's still people out here who somehow find a reason to be upset about this. And it's like,
How?
really, guy? Like, oh my god, we overpaid Tyreek Hill. Like,
No, we
no,
did.
you
Oh no.
paid Tyreek Hill what he deserves. And we've underpaid everybody else that we've got this year. That's the
Dude,
thing that I keep saying. Like, we've gotten so many great,
dude,
talented guys for like bargain deals
dirt cheap. Dirt cheap.
for nothing, for free. Teron Armstead for 60 something million a year guaranteed or
Did you
base.
see how much we gave Edmund?
Nothing. He's like 10 mil, isn't it?
Nothing. We gave him nothing. And
It's
Chase
incredible. It's
Edmund,
incredible.
he's such a good complementary running back. Like people sleep on him so much.
Yeah, Edmonds and Mostert are going to be dangerous. And if we keep Gaskin, listen, I know Dolphins fans, we like to like trash Gaskin a lot because he's okay. The guy
I have
was
my
a
issue.
6th round draft pick. We always
Hmm.
forget Gaskin was a 6th round draft pick, and we've asked him to be a starter the last 2 years. So if you keep it in context, a 6th round pick
He's
who's been
overachieving.
a
Yeah.
starter for 2 years, give him his props, dude. Him Gaskins as a backup, as a complimentary, third down back, as a change of pace guy, to throw in different formations is going to be a problem. He's going to be fresh.
If
All of
you
these guys are going to be fresh.
Dude, if you give the Chiefs Gaskins, he'll get 800 yards a season.
100%. 100%.
Like I don't doubt it. I don't. You see it in him. He's not a north-south runner, and that's what a lot of the times we tried to do with him.
Yeah, well, because we didn't have a choice, right? Until we got Duke Johnson, then you
Mhm.
had Duke Johnson that could do that. He just ran over people, right?
Oh,
Um,
boy.
but yeah, I mean, I think Gaskin's going to be much better in this offense than he ever was in the Flores offenses. And he's going to just fit better. You're going to see him getting, you know, 5 yards per carry. I don't think that he's incapable of that, especially in this offense, because we're not going to ask the world of him, right? We're not going to ask him to run the ball on 3rd and 7. Like, what? You know what I mean? We did some of the
Sure, of course.
strangest things on offense the last few years, and to his detriment.
Man, yeah, the offensive play calling the last 2 years has just been just pain. French bread,
It's
so much
bad.
French bread.
It's bad. There's a reason why. Well, it's not the only reason why Brian Flores is no longer here, but that was a big one, I think, too. Outside of just probably Ross not liking him, he was just very obviously unable to put an offensive coaching staff together that was good enough to win games. It wasn't happening. It wasn't going to happen.
I I think one of my main things looking back and seeing what ended up happening with all like the employee hirings and whatnot, the fact that this man had to drag Chan Bailey out of
Yep.
retirement says a lot. Now, looking in retrospect, like you know how desperate you got to be to drag that fossil out of retirement. Mm-mm.
I mean, I know why he did it. Like, he did it because he kind
I
of
didn't.
he thought that he could fit, work with what Tua had. Well, he also brought him in for Fitzpatrick specifically too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if we could
If
go down the
you're,
rabbit
yeah.
hole if we want to talk about that whole mess, but
Uh, how
yeah.
necessary was it? I don't know.
Oh my god. Tua should have never started that year. His first year, they should have benched him the whole year, let him heal. I, you know, I, you have the stream open on your end. I just saw a tweet here that I wanted to share on stream. Look at this Madden lineup.
General, which stream is it?
Oh no, the
Oh,
the the Twitch stream.
oh, yeah. Give me a second. I can pull it up again. My stuff's slow. Sorry, I was looking at a credit card offer. This is actually not bad.
Oh, yeah, what's the interest rate?
0 APR until March of 2023.
Dope,
It's
and then
not
it
bad.
goes to 24%.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm gonna pay that bitch off. Yeah. Time out. After that, your APR will be 15%. Yeah, you know
Oh,
how
okay,
to.
15 is not too bad. I mean,
15 is not
it's not
terrible,
great.
but I'm probably gonna get this. If it has 0% fees for transfers, no, it does not. Fuck off.
Yep. No. Next. Anyways,
Next.
I just saw this tweet here, and it's somebody put the Madden lineup for the Dolphins, and they've got they actually put J.C.
Oh
Treader
no.
in there at center, and man, this offense looks chef's kiss. It
Hold up,
looks
my
so
bad.
good.
I gotta pause it.
I'm gonna retweet it. I'm definitely gonna have to do another Madden rebuild pretty soon with this rebuild
Oh, for
squad.
sure. Oh, wait, so drop the link again?
The Twitch link.
Well, not on the stream, you said, right?
No. I have it on Twitch on the video is on the screen because you have just Discord open.
Oh no, I see what you mean. Okay, so what is this supposed to be? Hold on. Oh, I see. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Teron Armstead, Connor Williams, J.C. Treader, Rob Hunt. They kept Liam
Mhm.
Eichenberg at right tackle, and then
I'm
which I
okay
don't.
with that.
You don't think that they'll move Armstead to right tackle instead of left? I mean, that's his right tackle is his blind side. Everybody says we're keeping him
Honestly,
left tackle, but
I wouldn't put it past them to at least try it, if I'm gonna be real.
I mean, they brought in a ton of offensive line gurus, right? That was like the big thing that we saw is they brought in guys who know how to coach offensive linemen. So if anybody can do it, I think it's this squad. But man, then you got Tyreek Hill on the left, you got Waddle on the right, Ingold at
Yeah, I'm excited.
fullback, Mostert, 81 overall at running
Or,
back. Mm.
hmm
Edmonds is a 79 overall. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, he's super slept on. I think in this particular offense, when you have you don't have enough spots on defense to cover like the box against the run if you've got
Yep.
Waddle lined up far right and then Hill lined up far left. You're gonna have to commit to having a corner out there, and
Yep.
like because if you put an extra linebacker in to protect the box against that formation, you're gonna get burned. You're just not gonna have enough traffic in the middle intermediate part of the field to stop them from just hitting a little slant route and then taking it off for like 20 yards after catch.
Yeah. And then who do you double team? Who do you double team on this offense, dude? Like,
If
do
I'm gonna be
you do
real,
you even double him?
I would double team Tyreek every time.
Yeah. But what about you? Don't double team Gasecki?
You can't.
I could say
Like he's
like
gonna,
yeah, picking Tyreek over Waddle maybe, but then you
yeah,
got Gasecki in the middle of the field. It's we're gonna
it'll be
give
nice.
defenses fits, dude.
Dude, it'll be nice to not have safeties crashing on Gesicki's routes. Because
Yeah,
you remember how many times that happened last year?
every time,
Bro,
every
like
time,
this man had triple coverage on him half the time.
every
Like
time.
you had strong safeties literally breathing on his neck on top of some cornerback, like right under his chin. Like you're not gonna make any catches like that. And he still actually made some catches.
Oh, he played great. He definitely had a down year, but I think he's gonna ball out this year. A, because he
Yep,
wants to get a big boy contract next year,
yep,
and
yep,
B,
yep,
who again you got Tyreek and Waddle out on the outside,
yep.
and you can't double team everybody. And I think what
Do
it's also going to do is they're going to be we're going to be seeing a lot more. So what you're going to run zone against us because Tua's going to eat up a zone coverage. Where Tua
oh yeah,
struggles is against the man, right?
man. Yep,
And if
yep,
they go zone on us, it's over, dude.
yep,
It's
yep.
over. And I feel like
Every
that's all we
time
can
he's
do.
eaten, yeah, every time he's eaten, it's been zone. Every time. He struggles a little bit when it comes to the really accurate shoulder passes that you need against like solid man coverage, which is why we do not do well against Buffalo at the moment. Well, up until now, anyway. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but last year we struggled against that Buffalo defense because they got man corners. They
Mm-hmm.
will be on you like white on rice, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Um, Up until 2 days ago, I was really bummed about this off season. I was like, man, we're gonna be trash, dude. I not gonna lie. I'll keep it a
I
buck.
wasn't worried about it.
I was bummed because Chris Greer said, "Oh, we're gonna be we're gonna be aggressive," and I'm like, aggressive? Like, okay, cool. We got Chase Edmonds. Yeah, cool, great. Like, we're gonna have
and
speechless, and
then
then it all
and
happened.
then and then and then and
And then
then
the one thing that I don't agree with that they've done. There's only one thing that I think that they've done wrong this offseason. Can
mm,
can you can you can you can you guess what it is? If you had to make a guess.
I don't know.
Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't know. Tell me.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that for a second.
Teddy fucking Bridgewater is a problem to me.
Dog, he's a backup. You know he ain't gonna win nothing.
It's not the point. You heard what this man said when he was interviewed.
No, I
Excuse me, Teddy.
know.
What's your role gonna be in Miami? I'm gonna keep that inside the building. Shut up, Teddy. Lie to me. Spit in my face and lie to me and tell me you're Tua's backup and let me live my life. But no, this man comes out and says we're gonna keep that in the building. We're gonna keep those discussions in the building, and that I have a unique
Reckless.
opportunity here. Shut up, Teddy. Why would you say that? The one thing we've been saying about Tua is like we need a distraction-free year. We need him to not have to worry about looking over his shoulder or dealing with it. Just shut up, Teddy. The worst thing he could have said is what he said.
I bet you he won't be cleared for another interview for months.
But they didn't talk to him beforehand. Like the PR guys were not like, "Yo, Teddy, if they ask you about Tua, Tua's the starter, dude. You got to say that." Even if they're not
Guys,
telling him behind the scenes, like I don't doubt that they probably said, "Hey, we've got a guy, Tua Tagovailoa, who's had some injuries the last few years, and we need an insurance policy because we're going to go out and spend a lot of money in free agency. So that's why we're going to give you up to $10 million a year, okay? Because you're a pretty competent quarterback, and you're going to have maybe you might have a shot to play some games if Tua gets hurt, because he's
hmm
done it. I'm sure they had those conversations with him before
dog,
they
you'd be
before they signed him.
surprised. You'd be surprised. Think about it this way. Technically, this dude is a veteran, albeit journeyman QB.
Sure.
He's been in the league long enough to where a PR team might not necessarily feel the need to immediately come out the gate with this is what you say in this situation, in this situation, in this situation. They figure he probably won't do that, right? Right? No, he won't do that. And then he goes and does that. And
He
then they're
couldn't be
like,
he couldn't be that
fuck, we
stupid,
should have
could
told
he?
them not to say some dumb shit like that. Like,
God.
trust me, dude, in the off season, some of these teams are not run like well-oiled machines. Like I only know this because of the people that I've talked to in the NFL like Dolphin circles and in the Marlins circles as well. Regardless, it's not just them though. Like it's so many teams across the league where you're like, why wouldn't they do this, this, and that to prevent this? And people are just like, well, they're some people are just incompetent. and that's just how it is. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if no one said anything to him about that, and he was just speaking like earnestly, like, "No, bro, you can't say that."
Yeah, I'm sure he was just like just kind of riffing, right? He was just talking, but
Yeah,
oh God, Teddy,
because that's
shut
like
up, Teddy.
yeah. That's like athlete 101 speak.
Yeah, you just what you say is, you know what, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be a backup, and when the team needs me, I'm gonna be ready to put us in the best chance to win games. That's what you say when you're
Yeah,
brought in as a backup.
yeah,
This man said we're gonna keep
maybe.
it in house. Shut up, Teddy. Oh my God. When I saw that, I'm like, here we go. This is Ryan Fitzpatrick and Matt Moore all over again. Remember
Oh
when
my
Fitz?
God,
Remember
stop.
when did I say Fitzpatrick? I mean Ryan Tannehill. This is
Oh my God.
Tannehill, Matt Moore all over again, dude. When Tannehill throws an interception and they start cheering Matt Moore's name, this is that, because Teddy Bridgewater is like a Matt Moore equivalent. Would you not agree?
100%, 1,000%.
Not a crazy good starter, but an absolutely incredible and competent backup, and who could challenge a
Yeah,
starter who's not secure. And Tua is a guy who's not
he'll
secure as a
win.
starter.
Yeah, like Matt Moore slash Teddy Bridgewater will win you 5 to 6 games,
Absolutely, absolutely.
guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, look
But
look how he did in Denver. He did pretty well in Denver. He had a winning record in Denver in the games that he played in.
miraculously, given some of the situations that were going on there, which to sidebar on that, Elway not a great GM.
I mean,
Mm, mm,
I
I know
think
what you're
there's
gonna
some
say
stuff
this.
to be seen about that still.
Right. Like I get it. He got them a ring. Like, hey, touche. That shit ain't easy. But it's giving me a lot of Marlins vibes where it's like, yeah, you hit that lightning in a bottle at one time, but then you're absolute garbage outside of those moments. That is not a well-run franchise. And I speak from experience, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about with that too. Like it just doesn't seem like a well-run franchise. I don't know. I could just be talking on my butt.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a sec.
Mm,
Yeah, I feel sorry. I was talking to the wife.
Tell her I say hi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she just left. She ran away.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Tell him I get that book too, by the way.
Oh yeah, you got to get it. Listen, for anybody who's watching,
I,
my wife I'm gonna put the link in the chat. You gotta pre-order her book. It just went for pre-order on ebook. So if you're an ebook reader, you gotta get
dog,
it.
tell her
You
I'm so
gotta get
proud
it.
of her.
It's a
Tell her
spicy.
that.
It's a spicy one. I'll let her know for sure. She
Super
she
proud of her.
she ran away. It's crazy, dude. It's writing a book is tough. That's tough stuff, dude.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Fonz fins, it's not working. Oh no, my guy. You're
Ugh,
definitely. I see you
we're gonna
in
miss
the
you on the
Discord.
show.
I 100% see you there. I accepted you in the Discord. But you gotta like open the app, and then are you doing it from your phone or from a computer?
Oh yeah, you gotta have the app.
Yeah. Well, they joined the Discord, like in the welcome section. He's there, and I approved him.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Yeah, all he's
100%.
got to do is click general chat. That's all he's got to do.
Yeah. You don't have to, once you use the link that I put in the chat in the Twitch chat, that's going to invite you into the Discord. Give me the link one more time. Well, no, you don't need the link anymore. Now you have to go into Discord. Do you have the Discord app? Oh, he's on the phone. You got to open up the Discord app on your phone. And then once
Mhm.
you're in the Discord app, You open up there's going to be links on the left hand side that'll show the little icons, and there should be a little Drubitron icon, the little Dolphins logo, and then once you're in there's going to be a bunch of channels on the left hand side. I could probably get rid of a bunch of these crappy channels, right? It's not like I have a billion people in here just yet anyway, just to make it easier to find the general chat. I know a lot of Dolphins communities maybe not necessarily familiar with Discord. It's more of like a gamer. It's more of a I'm a gamer guy, so
It's becoming more prevalent, I've noticed.
oh, you're in? Okay, cool. Yeah. So once you're in, once you have Discord open, you should see there's like a little link that says Drubitron probably on the left, and then that's going to open up the server. And then there's going to be here, I'll make my screen a little bit smaller so you could see. So, yeah, you could see there should be a bunch of channels here. You should see all these channels on your side. And then there's a channel here called General Chat, and it's a voice channel. So once you click in there, you should be able to come in and chop it up. You should be able to talk at that point. I believe in you, Fonz Fins. I know you got this. Anyway. So I see we got some people up in here watching. So if you're here for the first time, hit the follow button. If you're enjoying it, join the Discord. You guys can hop into and talk with us and share your thoughts and opinions and your feelings.
Ayo.
And yeah, we're just trying. We're keeping it positive. We're keeping it fun. We're keeping it light. But yeah, man, I wasn't keeping it light and fun, a couple days ago, dude. It was doom and gloom for me. But it feels good. It finally feels good to be a Dolphin again. We didn't do something stupid. Like
Listen, this is the
throw games.
Yeah, this is Jesus, or offer to pay somebody money to throw games.
Mm-hmm.
This is like I said earlier, bro. It's the last time I felt this good about a free agent move was Ricky Williams.
Yeah, that was.
That's it.
And we love us some Ricky.
Oh, I love him every time he goes on Le Batard's show because he's just Ricky. It's so special. I love the fact that he's so like spiritual, and I love him.
He's a guy that just like he knows who he is, and he believes in everything he says. Like, he's a guy that when you listen to, that every word that's coming out of his mouth is his honest, unfiltered opinion, and there's no BS when you're listening to Ricky. It's always it's Ricky 100%.
Yeah. He's conviction embodied. Yeah. Basically, like he is the human form of conviction. Like I can't think of another way to say it about that dude. Like, he's just so sure of himself, and it took him a while to get there, though.
100%. Because this is something that we talked about on the stream yesterday. Was like, Ricky was kind of one of those first guys that you really heard of that kind of took time off for like mental health, right? Before that, you never really heard about that. You just heard guys like they just kind of disappeared, right? Like, oh, so and so, disappeared, or they ran off, or they did this. But Ricky was like, the first one to kind of openly talk about mental health and having to do that. And now we see that more often. You see guys like Calvin Ridley, who took time off, and there's been other players too. There was a guy on the Dolphins too this season that took some time. I don't remember who it was. Was it Lim Bowden? There was somebody who took a couple games off because they needed some personal time or whatever it is. Fonz Fins, you gotta get in the general chat, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we kind of brought it up because we're talking about how like Mike McDaniel's coaching philosophy is kind of more geared towards millennials and the newer younger generation, right? And I know you as a teacher, you're dealing with the real young ones. um you can't even, they're very so different from us, like at that same age, right? um it's just like every generation that comes through is a little bit different, and I feel like a big part of the NFL hasn't really adapted to that. But like the Shanahans and you see it with the Rams, you see it with the 49ers, that they've switched to kind of like a more personalized approach to coaching, where they're like, a little bit more friendly, a little bit more like down to earth with players, and it seems like players really, um, they really like that. They appreciate that.
Understand.
What's your take as a teacher, as a molder of minds?
Well, one of those things that I've always noticed about coaches is that the best coaches are great teachers. And with McDaniel, the video that I've seen of him both on the NFL sidelines and the video that I've seen of him at his QB camp, the dude can teach his ass off. Like you can anybody that has experience teaching understands that this is a man who knows how to convey opinions and concepts. Well, not necessarily opinions, but concepts and ideas to whoever he's trying to teach. Like you can tell when somebody's got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those things that really
Yep.
came across to me when I looked at the video of him doing the camp stuff and doing the NFL stuff with the pros, is that he knows how to convey what he's talking about. And that's ultimately the biggest thing. Like the students that I've had in the past that have told me, I think you're a great teacher because of X, Y, and Z. The majority of them are saying they're like, because you really knew how to explain it to me in a way that I understood.
Mm-hmm.
And that is literally everything when it comes to coaching as well. If you don't know how to get across to somebody that you're trying to understand how to run a play or run a screen or run a bubble or run a zone or whatever, you're not gonna coach them. You're just not. And that's the same thing for teaching. If you don't know how to convey what you're trying to say, you might as well be speaking another language to them. And that's what I see in him. That's why I'm so high on him and why so many people are like, oh, wow, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm like, listen, you don't understand. You'll see it. I have a very good feeling about this guy because he comes off as somebody who knows how to teach. Just straight up. Just the dude can teach his ass off. It's plain and simple.
I 100% agree, dude. Another thing that I've heard is, I think they talked to him um about Tua specifically. I think somebody brought up that Tua is kind of like a visual learner, or he learns better
Hmm.
by like seeing things, and he talked about how he wants to use that to his advantage. And I think it said it's something that he they did with the 49ers that he wants to bring um to Miami, and it's that they made like films specific for each player to
Hmm.
kind of instead of just sticking strictly to a playbook, that they created film and specific to each player to kind of tailor how they go over film and how they go over the playbook that matches the way that these guys learn and how their minds work, right? And Tua is one of those guys that is very much, we've heard, is kind of like a visual learner, that he kind of struggled initially his first year with the playbook because they just,
Hmm.
I'm assuming they just threw the playbook down in front of him and said, okay, learn it,
Right.
and not everybody learns that way. um,
Yeah.
so I thought that was kind of an interesting take. And if it's true, if that is something that he's doing, it just shows to me that he's adapting in a way that other teams are not, right? It, in the
Right.
almost polar opposite way of how a guy like Brian Flores was trying to run the team, where he was kind of the authoritarian.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it seems like McDaniel is willing to kind of figure out each guy and work to their strengths and their best abilities and bring that out. And that's why he always says, like, I'm gonna. We kind of like meme about it on Twitter, right? That he's gonna unlock Tua. Really, what he means is like, no, he's gonna bring out his best qualities and he's gonna accentuate those things. We know that Tua's not necessarily great after his first read. It's probably because he's a little scared and he's got a crappy offensive line. So we're going to go out there and we're going to get him an offensive line. And, maybe he doesn't learn a playbook the same way that everybody else does. So we're going to get him to learn the playbook a way that he can learn it. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how he learns it. I just need him to learn it.
Uh-huh. And I have a theory about that as far as the proteges of Bill Belichick, because that's exactly what Bill Belichick does. If you listen to his interviews, he focuses on your weaknesses and goes, my guys' strengths that are against those weaknesses, I'm going to lean on. That's how he beats teams. And a lot of his proteges go for his demeanor instead of his approach. And ultimately, that's why so many of Bill Belichick's, like, the guys that come off of his, like, coaching tree, why so many of them don't do well, because they try to act like him when in reality they're not coaching like him. They need to do exactly what you're saying. I need to bring the best out of my guys, period. End of story.
Yeah, instead of trying to fit, a square peg into a round hole.
Exactly.
Just chisel out that round hole and make it a square hole.
Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately what you have to do when you're, again, trying to teach people something. With if Tua came to me going, I'm not so good of a, like, book learner, I need to learn visuals. For every play that we're trying to teach him, I would tell my video team, I need you to find a play that a team in the league has run to perfection for every single one of these plays in this book, and just cue them up with names across the front to show them exactly what's actually happening. Because that's how you get around that. You show them what it looks like. You use visual representation. Like, we do it so much in teaching where it's like videos and pictures and yada, 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 this and the other. It's fucking teaching.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the biggest parts of coaching, right? Is teaching. You're a teacher, you're a leader, right? Too, as a head coach, you have to be the leader, but you've got to be a teacher more than anything, and we have one of the youngest teams still in the NFL. There's so many young guys on this team that have to be coached up. You can't just expect everybody to walk in and be a Javon Holland on day one.
He's so good.
He's so good. If we could talk about Holland all day. I hope they keep him here forever, because I want a Javon Holland jersey so bad.
I love the angles he takes on his pass rushings. Oh my God, they're so clean. He wastes no space.
Yeah, he's just always in a position to make a play on the ball. Always. Mm-hmm. Every play, he's around the ball. He's just always there. He's like a magnet.
He's so good. It's stupid.
Yeah, he's gonna be good for a long time, I think. And this was just his rookie year. Like, jeez, he set the bar really high.
I'm okay with letting Howard walk if it means keeping Holland, because
I don't think you have to let Howard go.
I'm just saying, I personally, and I know this is an opinion and it's not really going to be tethered to anything like tangible right now, but I think Holland has a much higher ceiling than Howard. I think Holland has the potential of being one of the best safeties in, like, the last 50 years.
I could see it. He's been dominant rookie year. He came out and he's top 5 already.
Nuts.
Top 5 already, rookie year.
Yeah.
And the only reason he didn't make the Pro Bowl, let's be honest, is because he plays for the Dolphins. I mean, if he was playing with the Chiefs, or if he was playing with Dallas, or if he was playing with the Patriots, or if he was playing with the Buccaneers, he'd be a Pro Bowler. But he didn't make it because he's a Dolphin.
I'm gonna be real with you. As much as as much as Tyreek's cap hit is going to suck next season and the season after that, if we go on a deep playoff run, there ain't no way they're going to let him go.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like if we get to like the AFC Conference Championship, he's coming back the next year. We'll let go of whoever we need to let go on defense. But if we can run some of them Shula teams, boy, where we're just glass cannons, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, ownership is sick and tired of having god-awful offenses.
Yeah,
Like,
well, and I think Stephen Ross sees the writing on the wall, right? He's getting old, and he's done nothing. If
nothing.
we're being fair, he's only brought this team down. Like I said, it was one of the most poetic quotes I've ever read, and it was a tweet. And somebody said Stephen Ross has given this team more black eyes than playoff wins. Let that that one hurts, doesn't it? Right? I kind of hit you in the soul with that one.
God, that's so nice.
More black eyes than playoff wins, and it's the truth. It's facts. I mean, Stephen Ross, the Miami Dolphins before Stephen Ross bought this team was one of the greatest NFL franchises, not in the NFL, but like in general. Everybody,
Yeah, ever.
there's worldwide Dolphins. There are Dolphins fans all over the world, and you can't say that for every NFL team, aside from maybe the Cowboys and the Patriots at this point, right?
Yeah, the Cowboys were the original worldwide team, but then the Dolphins didn't stop losing, and
The
like you're not wrong.
That brand was
Bro,
synonymous with greatness.
gear. I've seen Dolphins gear in Colombia.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. It's they're fans everywhere. I've talked to people
Ricky
in
Williams jersey.
I've
in
talked to
Colombia.
people in Europe. I talked to people in South America. Everybody knows who the Dolphins are. And it's, the work of Don Shula, right? Don Shula brought greatness to this franchise, and that's what we became synonymous for. When Stephen Ross came in, he destroyed, he tarnished that image. And I think he sees, as, he's getting older, like, all right, I've got to do something because what I've been doing doesn't work, and I don't want to go down as the worst, the owner that ruined this franchise, or as the worst owner in NFL history. And he wants to win. I think he wants to win a Super Bowl, not because he cares about Miami, but because he cares about his image, right?
I'm okay with that.
Sure. Yeah, if we win a Super Bowl, I don't care what you care about.
Fuck it. I don't give a shit what the reasons you are using to fuel this like effort. It's motive. I don't care. All right, I'll take it. If it means, yeah.
Whatever it takes, dude. The problem is this guy. He lives in New York. He doesn't really. I don't think he actually cares about the team. I think he just cares. Like, this is kind of like a hobby for him. He kind of cares because he's the owner, and if we look bad, he looks bad. I think that's what he cares about more than anything else. But we'll see. I think we've seen it the last couple of years with these allegations, right? That he tried to throw games so he could get the first pick, and he tried to get Tom Brady on a yacht. And I mean, if they're true, which they probably are, it shows that he does want to win. But
yeah, well, here's the thing about those allegations, and he knows this very, very well because I'm sure he has a whole fucking squadron of extremely good lawyers on retainer.
100%.
If he's smart, he said this verbally and never texted it or emailed it or anything like that.
For sure.
So I don't think this is going to go anywhere because
Probably.
a man like Stephen Ross does not get to his wealth and his position and his power without being extremely careful.
Yep. 100%.
He didn't fuck up on this. Nothing's gonna come of this. No one's gonna be able to do shit. There are no texts. There are no emails because That is not something that old money like Stephen Ross does. And you know exactly what I'm talking about growing up in money don't fuck up like that. They don't make stupid mistakes like that.
Oh yeah, no, rich people,
That's
they don't
why
play
they're old
games.
money.
100%.
Yeah, like
They don't play games like that.
no, it's like old mob shit. They cover every single angle.
Yeah, and I was talking because the other day on Twitter, there was a couple guys that were like they doxed Chris Greer. Um,
Yes.
like they put his home address and his phone number that was linked to his home address on Twitter. And this was like kids on. I don't think they were adults, right? Because an adult would know better,
Yeah.
not to do that. But I told these kids, I'm like,
Y'all need to
yo,
chill.
you need to delete that. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't
Dog.
fuck with rich people, dude. These people, they sue people for fun.
Yeah.
They sue people for fun because they have money to spend and nothing to spend it on.
Yeah.
So it's like a game for them. Like who can I sue today? And you know who they love to sue more than anybody? They love
Poor
to
people.
sue poor people
Yep.
because it's easy to win when you sue poor people. And I think I scared the shit out of this kid because he deleted everything. He's like, "Oh my god, I didn't even think about this." I'm like, "Look, it's okay." Like, I think it only had like a couple comments on it and like 2 likes. I was like, "Dude, you need to
Get rid
delete that
of
fast."
them. And that's the thing. You have the upraising. You have the conocimiento, as they say, to understand that level of the game. Because we got hella old people with fuck tons of money that we grew up around Palm Beach.
I grew up 10 minutes from Palm Beach Island. I grew up 10 minutes from Donald Trump himself in Mar-a-Lago. Okay, I
Mhm.
know I'm no dummy. My mom cleaned houses for years for those people.
Oh yeah, see, and
I
my aunt
know.
used to take care of them when they got really, really sick. There you go.
I know those people. I know what they do. I know who they don't play. So absolutely you're right. Stephen, there's going to be no paper trail. The only evidence I think that they had against Ross is like, a he said she said type thing that somebody else overheard a conversation, but that's all they got. I promise you he never put that in writing that he's going to give
Nope,
somebody money. And I
nope,
promise you there's no records of Tom Brady anywhere near his yacht.
nope,
But I
nope.
promise you it probably happened.
He flew on a fake name with a fake ID,
Mm-hmm.
wearing sunglasses and shades.
On a
As
private
far
jet,
as
right? You don't need to really.
on a private jet. Yep, there you go,
It
on a
doesn't
private
take
jet.
much to get in a private jet.
There was no record of this man even being in the state when that happened, and I'd put my whole fucking paycheck on that.
Yep,
And I'm sure you would too, because you know how them motherfuckers roll. They
exactly, dude.
Yep. Yep.
100%, 100%. Well, look, I think I'm gonna call it a night here because it's getting pretty late. But hey,
Mhm.
I appreciate you coming by and chatting it up. And I'm sorry we couldn't get somebody else in here, Fonz Fins. But next time we're on, we'll get some more people up in here and we'll get it popping. Get some back
Mhm.
and forth going. Everybody's on a high right now anyway, so there's nothing really to debate about. We're all happy. It's like a bunch
I'm
of
sure
drunk
if you
guys.
get Yeah, I'm sure if you get a bunch of Dolphins fans in here that have some strong opinions about some of the other South Florida teams, I'll
For
probably get
sure.
into it with them. But when it comes to the Dolphins, everybody's happy right now.
Yeah,
I don't think
most
anybody's.
people. 99% of the Dolphins fans are happy right now, I think. But anyway, well, bro, appreciate having you. Definitely
Yeah.
come swing through again. Bring Hazard over next time.
Dog, I
Uh,
was thinking about that.
dude, we're gonna make this is gonna be a reunion show. We're gonna
It's
get the
gonna be that
squad up in here.
the South Florida boys at it again.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hey, have a good night, buddy.
All right, chop up. We'll take it easy,
Yeah,
okay?
later.
Later.
All right, guys. Well, you heard it. It was good. It was a good talk. It's good to be a Dolphin tonight. Everybody can go to bed knowing that we got a good team going into this year, as long as everybody stays healthy, God willing. Say your prayers tonight that everybody stays healthy. Um, we got a competitive team. We can do some big things. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited. Again, I haven't been excited about Dolphins football since that Titans game that we lost. But we got something to hang our hats on here. Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead. It's gonna be a good year. So appreciate everybody that stopped by. Appreciate Fonz Fins for the follow. So I couldn't get you in Discord, but I appreciate you, buddy. Hit me up on Discord if you get it figured out. I'll hook it up, and next time we're on, I'll bring you on first, and we could chop it up. But yep. Make sure if you're watching, share the stream. Let everybody else know we're here. Hop in the chat. Follow the stream. I'm on Facebook, YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Drubatron, everywhere. I make it super easy to find me. So I'll be out here trying to stream a little bit more regularly, and especially if there's good news like this to talk about. Shoot, I'll be on here a lot. All right.